All right, hello everyone. My name is AuCoin, and this is my What I Learned presentation. Okay, so first thing we're going to talk about is the main topics of interest. So this kind of just goes over how I'm going to format this PowerPoint, and it'll describe what we're going to be learning about. All right, so the two topics that I will cover is mining and gambling. These are very important topics to the state of Nevada due to it being, well, basically the creation and formation of our state. I believe that these two topics are quite similar with each other. We're going to get into that later on at the end. We will review how both of these topics changed over time. So we're going to start with their beginning and then also to the common day. We're going to talk about how they had an impact on Nevada and what it was, whether that be positive or negative. And we're going to talk about their current functionings, as said before, just common day stuff, because we want to see how this has grown in Nevada. And finally, I want to talk to the audience and tell them what I want them to kind of come away with after seeing this PowerPoint. All right, so let's get to the first slide. It is mining in the Silver State. The Comstock lode discovery was in Virginia City in June of 1859. So this was kind of the first and largest discovery of silver and gold in the state of Nevada. And this was kind of, I guess you could say it was like piggybacking off of the California gold rush, because that happened before, but then this happened. So it caused more people wanting to move there and chances of gaining wealth. So the lode contained, in what today's money was, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of ore. So this was a massive amount of ore that was extremely valuable to the United States, and people wanted to get it. It brought many settlers to the Washoe Valley. Without it, cities throughout Nevada would not be the size they are today. So yeah, like Virginia City blew up in population. That's kind of how we refer to it, as a boom town, because the population just rapidly increases really fast because of this discovery of the ore. It had a massive impact on the economy of Nevada. Before the ore industry, there wasn't really a massive driver of the Nevada economy, and ore really kind of took its place and allowed us to really grow our economics. It also provided a better reason for Nevada to be its own state. It gave it an identity, and that identity allowed us to become more popular. No other state was really large in the silver and gold industry as much as Nevada. So it really gave us a lot of attention, and it helped us and helped Lincoln find the creation of our state. And yeah, very, very impactful. Helped Lincoln get the votes he needed to secure the winning of re-election. We're going to talk about more specifics here. The Revenue Act of 1865 set property taxes at $2.75 per $100 of assessed valuation, but mining paid $1 with further deductions. So we can see here how it's kind of like unfair, because mining, was kind of given a lot of like tax cuts because of its, massive impact. Did provide a lot of jobs for a lot of Nevadans, but we can see how there's an argument that it's a little unfair because it doesn't pay the same for property taxes as other businesses in Nevada would. Today, we're really jumping here, but today Nevada is the top gold producer in the country and second in silver production. So we kind of talked about how Nevada really started off strong, and we can kind of see that we're still starting off strong. And we recently also had a lithium discovery in northern Nevada that's worth a lot of money as well, and could be the largest lithium reserve in the world. So we can kind of see how valuable Nevada is to the United States when it comes to mining. Next thing is gambling in the Silver State. So illegal gambling, it was taken place before gambling was actually legal. So that's kind of an important thing to know. It's like, gambling didn't just come out of here once it was legal and really start off then. No, there was a lot of illegal gambling, which kind of also pushed for it to become legalized so that businesses could actually like gain money from it. So let's talk about kind of the more legislative part of it. The 1931 legislative session was one of the most important in Nevada state history as it legalized gambling throughout the state. With gambling legalized came the rise of casinos. I'm sure everywhere in Nevada and every native Nevadan knows about all the casinos. We got Harrah's, El Dorado, so many more that can be named. But yeah, these casinos kind of rose and gained a lot of money. Nevada then had a major change in its economy, which is now heavily supported by gambling and tourism. So we talked about how important mining was, but then gambling came along and we got another kind of boost to our economy. And gambling also brought tourism, and tourism, people around the United States, whether gambling was legal in their state or not, they wanted to come to Nevada because, we had all these massive gambling opportunities. Today, Nevada's casinos are larger than ever. Most cities around Nevada are founded and kind of supported by these large gambling facilities. They bring a lot of jobs and they bring a lot of money to the economy and really do sustain a lot of the cities here. There is no, this is a reason for no state income tax due to the casinos being taxed as well as the gaming tax. What the gaming tax is that when someone wins, they have to give a certain portion of it back to the state. So that really does help us because Las Vegas, massive center for gambling, and all the winners still have to give some of their money to the state. However, gambling is a risky business. A prime example of this is COVID, and really COVID kind of scared everyone and showed us that, hey, we can't rely on gambling because when COVID happened, the gambling industry was basically shut down. They weren't making any profits, and we don't have a state income tax. So Nevada really does suffer compared more to other states because we're so heavily reliant on gambling. And if gambling goes down, Nevada goes down. So we might see maybe a future, department from kind of us trying to get away from gambling. And so we won't have to rely on it in case there's another catastrophe that affects gambling. The similarities of gambling and mining. So the main reason I chose these two topics is because of how similar they are. They both rely on people coming from all over the country to participate in it. We had the mining boom, a ton of people from the East Coast came over to get the chance to get money. Gambling, people come from all around the world to go to Las Vegas in hopes of getting money. This goes with the idea of trying to get rich fast. People, if they aren't happy with their lives or they are unhappy with their jobs, they want to try and find the best way to make enough money really fast. But the reality is that most people end up with nothing. Same people going to Las Vegas usually leave with less money than they had. And, we can have miners who get jobs, but they're not finding the actual ore, like in the Comstock lode with the owners who actually profited off of it. We can see this in Mackey, Mackey statue at UNR. He profited off of it, but the miners who are actually digging up the ore are just getting basic wages, so they're probably not making as much money as they wanted to. Both had major impacts on the economy and the population of Nevada. I think both of these industries can really be accredited with the formation and sustainability of our state. Brought a lot of people here, brought a lot of business here, and goes straight to the last fact. It really gave Nevada its identity. A lot of states kind of lack a major identity, maybe like it's farming, or like business, but Nevada really has a unique identity because of gambling and mining, because of how different it is from the rest of the country. So it really does kind of help Nevada shine. The audience takeaways I want them to get from this is that first off, the audience I'm going to be talking to specifically is the residents of Nevada and outsiders. Residents should know this history because mining and gambling are arguably the reason why Nevada became a state. And it's why it's continually growing. Outsiders should know this history because Nevada is recognized globally for Las Vegas. So outsiders should understand how that came to be to better understand Nevada if they want to travel there and learn a little bit about us. The overall message I want everyone to understand is that our past must be understood if people want to learn about the present. you know, when trying to understand, why we're all here, why, there's so many casinos here, we really just got to look back at the history of our state. And it really is a unique and pretty cool place. So, yeah, thank you. This was my presentation.